Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the splendiferous finale of Klonoa 2, Lunatea's Fail.
What?
Mad Hatter?
It's time to roll back the curtains on this sordid scene.
This looks like a big mood whiplash, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, what the hell happened?
We're looking at a doll collection, of course.
Oh.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you may be wondering why we're suddenly back here. Well, before we end things off proper in the Kingdom of Sorrow, I decided to go back to the Kingdom of Amusement.
Joyland.
Yeah.
Joyland, thank you. To show off one little bonus. And bring this guy back.
Oh my gosh! You brought back my dolls! My darlings, my darlings!
Put them back.
I see what you did there.
Oh, thank you, my darlings! My darlings are safe at last, and happy to be home! As a token of my heartfelt appreciation, let me introduce you to my special attraction!
What is that special attraction, Mr. Mommet, sir?
Nothing! Anyway.
Nothing! Name it.
Fulfilled.
That's a spoiler, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna keep that very much hush-hush until the very end.
Fair enough.
You know, thinking about it, I don't think I actually unlocked that
That's good.
option.
This is post-game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, terribly sorry to lead you on there, folks. But the reason why we came back here is because since we freed just enough of Mommet's dolls, we've unlocked one of two bonus levels, the Chamber of Fun.
Yay!
This is
But
pretty
yeah,
much
no,
this is pretty much this game's Baloo's Tower. And well, I mean, I appreciate them bringing that back in terms of, you know, a gameplay segment. Kind of wish there was a better story justification behind it.
Yeah, the blue one was really neat to be able to see like all that epitome of him finally being able to try and ask out what's her face.
Yeah, I was about to say, you say, like, better story justification. If you think about it, as adorable as Baloo's was, it was kind of like a strange continuity thing, because, like, we're still back home, Hugo's still back to the little ball he is.
Right.
Stream logic. It happened. No. I'd assume it happened like before Klonoa left.
Oh no, the game already. No, they completely acknowledge that it happens after you beat the game. So.
Right.
Well, no, I mean it's after you defeat Nahatum, but before Klonoa was sent back to his own dream.
Maybe I have a hard time believing that personally. It's meant to be a bonus thing, but
I never really elaborate how much time passes between Baloo's Tower and the final boss.
I mean, the way I see it is that I always took. I mean, especially considering the fact we have Klonoa Empire Dreams, where Hippo does make a return as he originally was. And it's like, I just assumed that, you know, the whole thing with Baloo's Tower was, well, first of all, it's clearly a bonus segment. Second off, it's, you know, maybe another dream Klonoa had.
Maybe.
It's really tricky.
Well, what's stopping us from, like, writing this off as just another bonus segment in that same vein?
Well, it's just here. My biggest problem is that it feels like it's just here for the sake of being here, even though the segment in of itself isn't that bad.
So, with all this new Klonoa 2 tech, how hard would you say this is compared to Baloo's Tower?
It's tricky. I want to say roughly around the same.
Deadly.
It's around the same, you know, difficulty, if not a wee bit harder.
Because we got all these new mechanics we got to learn and use that we've been using.
I also say it's easier.
Oh, yeah, you had the right idea, you just should have, like...
Aimed it at the right, not the left one, but...
Just give it a bit. They'll be right back. But I will also say, ladies and gentlemen, I only show off the first of the two bonus levels. The second one you unlock for freeing all the Mommet dolls, and I mean, I got shit to do.
Do you... and I think you already asked this, like, do you get anything else? Like, do you get anything,
You don't get a
else for
sound
doing
test for
these?
beating this.
No sound test, no
No.
cutscenes, no nothing?
Nope.
Just a little
bragging
bit
rights?
of fireworks for Klonoa for achieving the goal, I guess.
And...
Terribly sorry, Lee. I think I said it before and I'll say it again. This does kind of feel like it does feel a little emptier than the Baloo's Tower stuff. Again, mostly just because it does feel like they, you know...
It feels like an unused stage. That
we had to put it in somewhere. Checklist, mark it off.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I mean, I kind of just wanted some sort of... I don't know, I just wanted to know... The most I really want out of this is just a little additional story to it. Like, even if it is, in the long term, inconsequential. Like, make it a fun little filler arc.
Even if it was something really silly, like getting to show Klonoa and Lolo, and Lolo just hanging out at the park and just getting to wacky shenanigans.
You know what? I just thought of, like, it'd be dumb but also kind of cute, which would fit the criteria. Have it be a mini arc where Lolo gets over her fear of clowns.
Oh yeah.
Well,
like,
no,
or
it'd
like,
be her fear of
clowns.
ghosts.
or I don't know. Maybe it's something dumb like Popka, who's not wanting to seem all mushy and like whatever. Like, is wanting to get a gift for Lolo and needs help from Klonoa to figure out what would be best to get her. Uh-oh.
And so at the end, they've had a splendiferous fireworks show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's
Because I don't think it's really worth, like, a spoiler tag or whatever. All you get for this is fireworks.
That's it. That's literally it.
So it's like getting those stones in Super Mario RPG.
I
Well,
guess.
not the stones.
Well,
it's like you buy them from
you
the
can talk
little
to the
mole
mole
girl
people.
in the mole town.
Oh, the
Right, and
fireworks
it-
side quest.
yeah, and it affects the fireworks at the end title scene.
Oh yeah, that. Truth be told, that's probably how insignificant it is. I completely forgot that was even a thing.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. I love the fact that it took a fan mod of Paper Mario, that being Paper Mario Master Mode, which is actually really cool. I'd recommend giving that a shot. It took a fan mod to give you something extra to the end scene with Mario and Peach at his house.
By the way,
It's
I
it's
just
very
noticed. Oh, I just wanted to mention that throughout this stage, they're actually spawning on in like all variants of Moo. Because we saw the soldier moves from Volt. We saw where are they?
we did it.
We saw
That's
the,
it.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, we saw like moves in different costumes throughout this entire stage.
Yep.
I like to
Yeah,
imagine
I mean,
it was
this is pretty much this game's obstacle course. So I guess they figured, why not just pull all the stops?
Yeah, I like to imagine they just, they used to be old performers or something. And for those wondering, all that happens is that they
Or
do
they're
have.
just tame.
And for those wondering, they do have Peach kiss Mario on the cheek in the finale, like while they're watching the fireworks.
Oh, that's cute.
Aww.
And it's like there, Nintendo.
Does
That's
also have
all
Bowser
you had
kissing
to.
Booster.
No.
So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, with all that joy out of the way, let's go back to the realm of sorrow.
Let's have a good
Oh,
old
great.
cry,
That being said, though, Ikki, I wouldn't be against if anybody was like feeling really, like ambitious and tried to make all of 7 stars in the Paper Mario art style.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Anyway.
That'd
Seven.
be interesting.
That'd be
Anyways.
cute.
I mean, Paper Mario was meant to be a sequel to 7 Stars.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
Who is this?
this is our big bad for the game, the King of Sorrow. He kind of looks like another cavity-like thing.
Yeah.
Are you the King of Sorrow?
I just can't put my finger on it.
You're here to stop me. You've come here to banish sorrow, right, Klonoa?
Yeah, I'd say
Kind of
that
looks like a
works.
Digimon.
He kind of does, actually.
Explain yourself! What were you planning to do by making the 5th bell appear in our world? Making it appear? No. The 5th bell was always a part of your world. It was always there, but you pulled the veil over your eyes and refused to see it.
The title drop.
That's Lunatea's veil.
We refused to see it? When people encounter sorrow, they try to forget it and pretend it never existed at all.
Oh, he's not wrong.
Emotion is a hell of a drug.
No kidding.
So I used the arc to lift Lunatea's veil,
Okay, we were a little ahead of ourselves. There's the tough
also
drop.
that you could save the kingdom of sorrow, so that
I shouldn't be
Lunatea
laughing.
can
This is serious.
once again remember. We would save? Welcome, Dream Traveler.
Huh?
I want the soundtrack now.
You were led on with false prophecies. Your false savior of a foolish world. Wait, what?
Yep. Baguchi.
What?
That's where he's
Master
been.
Baguchi? If sorrow is so unwelcome here, who cares if the world is destroyed?
So all this time, Baguji was the king?
Yep.
He was a creation of the King of
Let the
Sorrow.
world be consumed by sorrow. It was I who brought you, the Dream Traveler, this far.
To shatter this world.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
So that you can atone for the sins of this world, Klonoa!
And final boss. Oh wait, I almost forgot.
Part 1 of Final Boss.
Oh, we have a Pac-Man board. I just realized the bottom of this board has the Pac-Man logo on it. Thank you, Namco. Let's
Just like
go.
his head has Pac-Man.
Oh God, that was an interesting voice!
No, that was
gonna
actually
be okay?
interesting. Like,
Yeah, that gave me chills.
I need to use that more often now. I found a new voice for me.
I was say,
Anyway.
go ahead.
I mean, the transition between Jordy and Logan's voice gave me chills.
Oh, careful, careful.
Oh yeah, you're
So
right.
Go ahead.
This
Ikki.
final boss thing right here is supposed to be a corruption, or like a corrupted version of King Asaro's Bakuji form.
Uh-huh.
Because you can see Bakuji's hat, you can see
Yes.
the core, you can see even his hand as the mechanical arm,
I can see
and
that,
yet
yeah.
this form is never explained, or even given like a good view.
Yeah, you always see it from a distance.
I mean, I'm still confused between you and James saying if Baguji, if it was actually the king in Baguji's cloak, like just disguising himself, or if it was just a creation.
They never explain that. It's just something you have to assume. But one thing's for certain, it is involved in the King of Sorrow is involved.
Okay.
The general idea is that as Baguji, the King of Sorrow is using Klonoa and his friends here
Nice.
as some sort of group of pawns,
Right,
just
to
to
set this all up.
reconnect Lunatea to the Kingdom of Sorrow.
Right.
Hence, collecting all 4 elements revealed the 5th hidden bell.
I wonder if the comic ever went into more detail about
Oh
this.
no, it didn't.
Nope.
That's its own story.
Why? Why do you hate sorrow? Can't you accept sorrow at all? Is there no place for me in this world?
Don't flatter yourself. Lorena, you isolated yourself from the world, thinking that you're the only one who's sad. You make me sick. Lorena, you make me want to cry. Klonoa, he's a lump of pure sorrow. Show him the elements from the other kingdoms.
Oh yeah.
Tranquility, joy, discord, and indecision.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Make him remember what the real world is about.
Oh.
Oh!
Well, it's a good thing she packed all those elements in her ring that whole time.
Yeah, maybe you should have given that to us before we went on the... Ah, whatever.
It's fine. I mean, better now than never.
I recommend Jordy stay quiet for this one line right here.
Why?
Okay.
Listen.
Because that's why.
Jeez. Oh, he's ticked.
Oh no.
And so we have our final fight with the King of Sorrow for realsies.
All right, then.
I love
Oh.
this final boss theme so much.
It's good.
How do we fight this guy?
So you see those green orbs that's floating all across the shield there?
Yeah.
Take one of those drones that are, attached to it by the electricity and throw it at those green orbs.
Oh, cool. We can rapid fire them.
But be very careful, because the light emitted from those orbs can actually hurt you.
Okay, but it looks like once you capture one of the electro orbs, you can you can throw it as many times as you want. Like it can be a chain.
More or less.
You can use it a couple of times before it's let go. But yeah, you see how the light intensifies?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
like
Oh,
that.
God. Careful.
All things considered, though, this fight's really not that hard.
It really isn't. It's usually the first section that gets me guff.
Oh, nuts.
Right. Like, honestly, it's sad of me to say, this boss fight can almost be considered like a slightly longer version of Bowser's Final Stand in Galaxy 2.
Damn.
I can see that.
And just like that, the fight's already over.
Wait, what? That's the boss?
Already?
Well,
Yeah,
That's it?
that's it.
Huh. Oh, okay. Hype, what did you think in one word?
huh?
Cool. All right. Now we're sorry.
Acceptable.
Okay, final
I'll
boss.
take
Hey,
it.
We did it.
He's floating.
Just, yeah, for what it's worth, I do think Nahatun was the better final boss of the two. But,
Help me. Please. Help me.
I will give the king credit in that he's a lot more sympathetic.
Right.
Absolutely.
Klonoa.
He just was misunderstood.
Kind of like a certain someone in Link Between Worlds.
You could say that. I mean, I guess when you really think about it, both he and Hilda aren't that different.
Not really. I'll help you. Yes. Huh? Alright, see you later. Love you. Drive
Love
safe.
you. Bye.
Goodbye.
The Kingdom of Sorrows.
I heard that, Logan.
We'll have to keep that. We'll have to keep that. Like,
Sorry, my
What's
mom is on her way to work. You
Sorry,
don't have
alright.
to run anymore. You don't have to be afraid. I would have muted my mic, but I wasn't thinking fast enough.
It's okay.
You're fine.
The voice calling me. The one crying out to the world for help. It was you, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah, that was his whole end goal.
The world. It won't forget sorrow anymore.
Klonoa.
And no one will run away anymore. After all, we've come too far to turn back. Right?
Yeah.
Go out with a smile.
Literally.
wait, he's no.
No! Why?
He's gone.
Rest assured, though, ladies and gentlemen, stay for the credits.
Okay.
Yeah. You won't want to miss it.
Oh, I like Klonoa's stories. They're cute and.
They don't exactly pull an MCU sort of thing, but you'll see what we mean.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if that a filth element is reborn.
Our very last element.
Oh well.
To remind the world of Lunatea's sorrow.
I mean, it is only natural.
No. That's what I call a picture-perfect moment.
If only,
Kodak moment.
if only we could capture
Hey,
the screen.
Lolo. I noticed something a while back.
Was that talking dog?
Huh?
Doesn't Klonoa remind you just a little of the goddess Claire?
Who?
No, we're not
What?
doing that.
Maybe?
That's
Not
a
wor-
random thing to pull right now.
No, we're not pulling that kind of plot. twist.
Yes. He
Is that
does.
her hat clipping through her head?
I think so.
Yes.
But also, wait, no. Klonoa ain't some goddess, is he?
No.
Okay.
He's just your typical hero from another world.
He's your typical teenage messiah.
Pretty much.
Yay! Whippin' Boy has saved the world.
Woo!
Another world.
Good work,
You
Kevin
Save
Boy.
the world!
Yahoo!
But at what cost?
Well,
Ooh.
not really.
Were you doing my reference, Jordy?
Would you look at that?
I think so.
You saved the world! Whoa!
It's so all's well that ends well. At least I can tell from Klonoa's face.
The world was fucking destroyed.
Popka didn't make it out alive.
But it was already destroyed.
I just noticed.
Nope,
Like,
he's just kind of gone.
yeah, Popka didn't make it out of there.
No, he's right there.
Oh, there he
I'm
is.
right
He's
here.
Oh
there.
no, he's right there. He's just relaxing.
Taking the news.
Leorina's really excited about rebuilding the Kingdom of Sorrow, isn't she?
Yeah.
I need to work hard too. This time, I'm going to make priestess on my own.
Well, would you look at that?
Oh, she got her mark. She's graduated.
No. She got rid of her mark.
You
Oh.
gave up your title?
Oh, I forgot her little
Uh-huh.
ribbon thing. Right. Yeah.
A leaf.
But don't worry, I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep trying, even if I fail. After all, I mustn't give the Kingdom of Sorrow a reason to cry now.
Uh-huh. Lolo, you can do it. I have faith in you.
That being said, though, it's unfortunately Klonoa's time.
Yeah, gotta go back to that title screen where he's running down the path.
Something like that.
God, his eyes still creep me out.
Yeah, his eyes are
I know,
weird.
me too.
They're literal diamonds.
Oh, he misses.
So this is goodbye?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, all the rest of the text here is completely automated,
Right.
Of
so I have no
course.
control over that.
It's okay. Lunatea isn't your world, is it? You have to go home, right?
Oh, shut me up. I can
No.
some of it.
Hey, it's okay. I knew this was coming. I'm fine, really.
I'm not!
I was about to say, spoiler warnings, she is not.
I'll be fine. Because I'm going to do my best. And you taught me that it's okay to cry. As long as I don't give up. So...
The piano piece gives me chills.
So...
No.
It's okay if I cry, right?
Aww.
I think I overdid it, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Aww.
And thus, a fan pairing was born.
Hooray! But also.
And this isn't the last time we get this fan pairing, actually.
Yeah.
In fact, it's
Mm-hmm.
honestly the most canon aspect of the Klonoa series from now on.
Lolo.
No! No!
Lolo. I may leave this world, but we'll always be together.
I think that could have used a rewrite there, buddy.
I believe that if
Potentially.
you don't forget the sadness of this moment, we'll always be together. Okay? Aww. So, Lolo. Aw.
I feel better already.
I guess.
I mean, isn't that generally the point of a cry?
Let's just get
Yeah.
out some emotion.
Let's have a good cry.
Well, not now. You're gonna save my shirt.
Thanks.
And so, with that final goodbye, Klonoa leaves this world for good.
We take our leave.
Move on to another dream realm, and/or finally wake up for once.
I will admit that I like the contrast between this ending and the ending of the original game.
Yeah.
Like, because Klonoa was forcibly dragged out of Phantom Isle, whereas here, he just accepts it.
Yeah, he knows his calling, and he's gonna do it right. Oh yeah, by the way,
Oh!
the game crashed.
It did the same. Okay, thank you again, Kareev. But yeah,
I guess it couldn't.
Actually, no,
handle
I pulled from another source. But
Okay.
with that said, that's it for our commentary on Klonoa 2, Lunatea's Veil.
Yeah, I want to interrupt real quick because for the most part the game running well, I just imagine like that is literally at the point where the game's like, that's it, I've had it.
and thus
Had
we
it with
see,
the lovey-dovey.
and then we see Leorina building. But yeah, geez, between this and between Kirby's Return to Dreamland, like every time we managed to just barely like sneak in gain the whole game in. But oh god, like honestly, James, you should start off like trying to get this game done at any point was a freaking undertaking.
No kidding. Like
Yeah.
honestly, this is like this was easily the hardest game to even record for the channel, just because it's just the way it runs itself is so alien and so outdated compared to what we work with nowadays.
Right,
And it's
Yeah.
like
This is
I had to resort to using an emulator to
Right.
even run it effectively.
Right, this was like one of the rare times where actually emulation was was probably the most consistent and easily available way to capture the game from start to finish.
Just because Elgato hates this game so fucking
Right,
much.
and for those who are curious, like it got to the point where at one point James even mailed his copy of Klonoa 2 to me, and I tried it on all my software and all my hardware to try and get it to run, and I sent it back. It couldn't. It was just look, Volk City's no longer making weapons, but cool hoverboards. But no,
These kingdoms are no longer one-note personality traits.
Yeah, no, all the kingdoms of Lunatea actually do band together, and it feels like a whole community again.
that's nice. But yeah, no, just in general. Oh my god, but honestly,
It's
I'm
kind of
okay. with it.
interesting to note that this is the one time in the game that we actually see any proper Lalakushkins.
Oh yeah, because usually they're all hiding or something. But so with that said, Hype, what did you think of us tackling this game at last?
Well, first off, now we don't have to worry about Gems whining about being unplayable.
Well, it's just we can say we did it at least once, and
second off, it's like it's pretty interesting. Like I'm still I respect that it's a much more grander, much more deeper story than the first game. A part of me is not sure if I'd say I'd outright prefer it, partially just because, again, I've never played this for myself, and partially because I do have,
Oh, and
like...
by the
Hey,
way,
look at that!
the Kingdom of Sorrow's been reborn.
Oh, he's so cute.
He's a little
I'm so
mean.
happy.
sorry, I had to look at that
Okay.
cuteness.
Logan, would you call this the Saturn trope?
Possibly, yeah, but that's sweet. But anyway, but yeah, continue, Hype.
I was about to say, partly because I've never played this game at all growing up, aside from, like, one demo kiosk, and also because I just have more of a history with the first game. A part of me personally, I'm not sure if I'd really say I prefer this over the first game, but I definitely do respect a lot of what this second game does, and I totally get why people think it's the best in the series.
Not to mention just being a game that, again, needs a re-release bad.
It does, after what I've seen.
And with that, we wake up.
Good morning.
Whippin'
Whipping boy.
Don't
It
worry,
was also a
Jim.
pain to even... Yeah, it was a pain to actually get this little set piece up as well.
No one has to know about our secret. But I will say, like, oh my gosh, yeah, no, this was really nice and really good, really fun to be able to see this all finally come to fruition, and especially after that animated movie got canceled last year. Or at least got confirmed to be canceled last year.
It still fucking bites, man.
Was that last year or this year?
It was last year in January. It was the last word anyone heard was in 2017. Then 2 years of just dead silence, and then finally, after those 2 years, one of the writers had to basically say, "Yeah, the project's unfortunately canceled." And
That's a shame.
Yeah,
it's
no,
a
like,
shame.
the big wigs at Namco nowadays have absolutely no fucking faith in some of their more dormant IPs, and Klonoa is most especially evident.
yeah.
I mean, I still think it's kind of bullshit that they outright scrapped Shifty Looks, which was like the one thing that was keeping any sort of aspect of the series relevant up until its cancellation.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's pretty much a story for another time. I think I've already said it before, and I'll say it again. Klonoa 2 is probably one of my earliest memories with the franchise as a whole, let alone with the PS2 in its entirety. Like, it was literally the very first game I ever played on it via the demo kiosk. And funny enough, the same day I also used that to play Smash Bros. Melee with the GameCube, but that's another
Oh my
different
goodness,
story.
those were the days.
No kidding. But otherwise, just on the whole, it's like it's really good. Like, I mean, I'll agree that it's kind of on the short side, and that's probably the reason why it tanks so badly. Aside from just the visuals being so much an acquired taste,
Right.
but it's just criminal that It's just so criminal that the series is underappreciated. Well, I guess I shouldn't even say that because the series does have a cult following. Like, if you look on Twitter or Tumblr, DeviantArt or whatever, this series has its supporters, and I mean, it's kind of one of the few things that keeps my hope for this franchise alive.
Yeah.
And speaking of, where could we find some of this artwork, James, man?
Yeah.
The
do you mean
fan
artwork?
art, I mean.
Oh.
On DeviantArt, on Twitter, or Tumblr.
Anyway,
So-
Google.
Just get to the punchline. I don't know what you're referring to.
I'm referring to your username, my boy.
Oh well, that's some of the fan art, but that's not like the end.
Well, if you want to see my particular artwork, you can look up James the Reggie on DeviantArt and Twitter. There,
On-
shameless plug done.
Go to twitter.com. Okay, I should ask.
So now that we satisfied our sponsors, Sealy, Jordan, what did you all think of this?
It was cute, it was emotional, and a bit of a doozy, but not, like, terrible. So, I give it 2 thumbs up.
Yay!
What would you, Sealy?
I second what Jordy said, and I have nothing else to add from that because you pretty much took all the words out of my mouth.
No.
That's fair. That's good.
I apologize.
So-
Here, you can have your words back.
And I do want to actually add real quick. Like, Ikki, this was like you unfortunately weren't able to be there for our first Klonoa. This was definitely one that you were very adamant on joining. Like, what did you think of the whole little experience?
I mean, it's as evergreen as the first time I played the game. I'm really happy that I was able to join the commentary, because I also prefer the sequel over the original, if we're going to be honest.
You know,
I think the best way to sum it up is that it was a roller coaster of emotion, and I can't get enough of it. And I hate roller coasters.
I feel you there. And now I guess before we do end things off proper, I guess I could say this much before we do end off. It's kind of sad that unfortunately Becca's no longer with us, because I know this was one particular kind of game that she really wanted to be a part of. Like, she has as much history with it as I and Ikki do, but unfortunately, times change. Shit can happen, that just breaks ties and whatnot, and that's as far as I'll go with that. But, I mean, if we were still in touch, I would gladly have her on board for this project, because it really is that good.
Yep, and I highly doubt she's watching this, but on the off chance that she does, we hope you're doing well, Becca.
Yeah, we hope you are.
Yeah.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, now that Klonoa 2 is all said and done, I mean, the sky's the limit as far as, like, all the other little bits of Klonoa history that we could probably still showcase, like the beach volleyball spin-off.
Oh boy!
Let's look at the dumb beach volleyball section.
Yeah. On that note, see you all next time.
Later!
Bye.
Good nighty.